Good morning. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to an episode of PATTAY'S Performance. Today in the driveway, look at this. The Honda Element is loaded up. There was another YouTuber and a couple of you guys questioned the capabilities of the Honda Element. Now the reason why I took the Honda Element instead of Mandingo is because I assumed things, and you know what happens when you assume things. That is correct, she found me through a referral through word of mouth. Again, what do we talk about advertising? We don't spend any. Just doing the right thing all the time, every time to your best ability. That is how you create advertisement, and that's how you grow. Anyway, she was I really hate to, just shocking, amazing. She was right, and can't say I was wrong, but I was wrong. She had two snowblowers for repair. One runs, one doesn't. Which one do you think doesn't run? There is the Toro on the bottom, on the carrier, and a monster Troy-Bilt in the back, inside, which somebody said you can't fit him in there. Anyhow, I thought she was giving me two big snowblowers, and I'm like, if I can't, and she didn't specify, I didn't ask her which one's running, which one wasn't. I assumed that they were both two stages, and getting a non-running two stage into the back of Mandingo is an absolute nightmare since I never put the hitch back on. So anyway, I get her home. And you know, she's coming out and she's talking to me, she's helping me. She actually diagnosed one of her machines and told me how to fix it. And I'm like, you know what I say, right? If it's that easy, why don't you do it? But in the end, she is, for someone who has zero experience on her own, absolutely shocked and amazed me. I'm glad it was at night, because you know, like when you talk to a dog or something and they give you like the tilted side look. Probably that was like half our conversation. I ended up fixing one of the machines for her right then and there. And then she basically says that she kind of doesn't have a clue of what to do as far as operating one of them and, you know, just maintaining them in general. I said, you know what? Let me take both of them back. This is the first time I've ever done this. I divulged that we have a YouTube channel, and I said, I'll make a series of videos for you, because I guarantee you that there are others just like her. So these next couple of videos that you guys see featuring both of these snowblowers, keep in mind that they are new, right? We all started there. I started there. Right? And we always talk about that. I'm always still learning, and she learned me for sure. You guys rag on me that I am vertically challenged. Well, I'm taller than her. So never, ever, ever judge a book by its cover. And I think it's really awesome that she is taking snow, old man winter, on her own. So this is just me an unloading video. We're going to tackle this one first, and we'll go from there. So believe it or not, this one runs, right? You think that the bigger machine, this monster that I'm going to unveil, that I would leave this on the rack, and nah, I didn't want to do it that way. So here we go, just the rack. I don't even need that. I think I'm just going to pick it up and put it down. And we just loaded this up. Very simple to do. You know, this thing paid for itself. Paid 25 bucks for this at a garage sale. I was just stopping by. A tree fell on it, and that's why it was so cheap. But in the end, it's a blessing in disguise, because there's no more sides, so I could fit the bigger machines on there. So I'll show you how I loaded it and unloaded these to get it to this conformity. And this thing is absolutely awesome. But you know what that means, right? Let's use some Mandingos. That means I got to take him to work. I take him to work once a week to stretch out his legs. Keep the old guy running. Alright, so everything's out. Come on, come on. Okay, we will get this out. And I think this is new to this year. I have to look this up. This is a 721 Power Clear, an absolute beautiful machine. This will be in today's video. Next step is, this is exactly how I did this. Drop hitch carrier. Here come these amazing ramps. And listen, if you guys can't see the tires on this, you guys know that this is an absolute beast of a machine. You know we got a heavy hitter in there. 110%. Nice heavy hitting Troy-Bilt MTD. The red grips on top. That means it has heated hand grips. This is a very, very nice machine. She has two very nice, beautiful machines. So we're going to be doing a couple of videos on this one, on both of these. Remember, you got to treat them as if we're doing it for the first time. This is auger. This is, okay, look at the brake. Nice and easy. And up and away we go. This is you have to just adjust this. Let me show you. This is a really, really, really nice arsenal of snowblowers to have for a homeowner, let alone her. Absolutely amazing. Toro Power Clear 721 with the power propel, which is basically just like any other single stage. These augers turn, and if the paddles are in good shape, it'll move the machine forward. Let's go to this monster. This is a Troy-Bilt 28-inch snowblower. Okay, heated hand grips, you know, the whole line. This thing is fully loaded. Basically has every option except power steering, but she uses it. Fantastic, fantastic. So anyway, let me undo the repair on this, and then we will dive into the video. Alright guys, here we are on Old Formal Glory. Toro Power Clear 721E. 7 horsepower, 21-inch E for electric start. Power Clear would be their name of it. And it shows Power Clear on the front, just in case you couldn't see. Kind of reminds me of like when you see like a Honda or something like that, and they have like Honda across the windshield, as if you couldn't tell by looking at the car it's not a Honda. You need to let everybody know. So you're letting everybody know it is a Power Clear. Now let me tell you something. You guys already know what I think of this machine. This is freaking sexy. I love it. You wanna know why? What did they do with the wheels? They're black. They finally changed them from white to black. So as you guys noticed, the El Manuel shoot control, left and right. It's pretty easy. Don't forget, I'm vertically challenged, so I would have to get down and move it. And same thing here, springs and tension. Handles do fold up here if you need to transport it. Okay. We don't like stretching out cables, but you can pull the handlebars out as well. This is a 21-inch opening. I would say this is maybe a 12 to 16 inch. No, more than 12. Let me get a tape measure. All right, so this has we could Google the specs, but that's boring. Basically 13 inches. All right, so I was great. I was kind of correct. I said between 12 and 16. So, when do you want to use this? I asked her how she liked it, and she says it does the job, but it doesn't do it well. But she also took some responsibility and says, you know, I think I'm using it the wrong way. This past snowstorm that we had due to gale was wet and heavy because we had some rain in between. So you know that Toro Power Clear has enough oomph in it to move some of the snow, probably just not in a time efficient manner. The issue was with the snowblower, which she diagnosed correct, was that she said she was having trouble with this cable. Nothing would move. She would have to hold it and it would go. And she was like, oh, it's an easy fix. You could probably do it at the house. And you know how I say, if it's easy, why don't you do it yourself? And she was right. She was right. I did it there. And it was very simple. We'll go through that repair another day. So let's talk about this engine. Okay. 7 horsepower. Light cone, also listen, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay. It's an engine. Okay, this is 4-cycle. It is a gas and oil mix. I think 2-cycle is a thing of the past now in current snowblower, so that's all you're gonna get. Your dead giveaway that it is a 4-cycle engine is, look, we have gas here, and then we're gonna look someplace else. Right there is your dipstick for the oil. When gas and oil are separate, it is a 4-cycle engine and you do not mix the both. So, gas tank here, it should have a built-in fuel filter mechanism, which is not. This thing is practically dry, which is good. We'll talk about gas later on for her. We'll go spin this thing around. Look at all of that in one little contraption. A lot of info right here. Overhead valve engine, muffler, spark plug, breather tube. Is the pull cord in the shop? No. Then we'll spig around, do-si-do. This is how you shut the machine off, is your key, primer bulb, and your choke, your electric start button, which you plug it in. She knew how to use the electric start. Fantastic. And it's good to go. So let's show her, she already knows, but other people, how to start their machine. So before you start the machine, what do you think we're doing? What are we looking at now? Do you remember? Look at that little yellow. That is the oil. So we're just gonna righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, turn it left and screw it. We're gonna check this oil. Get into a good habit of doing that. And look at this. Oil is low. The oil is low. Can you guys see that? Come on. Oil is low. Anyway, since this is a new machine, I'm going to treat the oil that's in here is break-in. So, even though the engine oil is low, it will be fine. It could be better. I would top that off if you're going to use this for extensive hours. So, let's follow the instructions here. which are pretty cool. And make sure the key is in, prime for a good time. 1, 2, 3. Choke, they have facing you, okay, and then they want us to pull this recoil, but we're not going to do that. We're going to use the electric start, because you should. If your machine has electric start or a pull cord, use the electric start every opportunity you have. Less wear and tear on the bottom. All right, fire in the hole. Now remember, she literally has no gas, which I think is perfect. Her gas is a year old. When we were running it at the house, I was absolutely shocked and amazed when she said that the gas was a year old. So what? I said, you know, they're surging. I said, the surging go away? And she said, yes. So, take her word for it. She's been right this whole time. So we're gonna put some gas in here. She has a sure can too as well. She also has a thing, a stabilizer. We'll make a video on that for her and everybody else as well. She was like, you know, I have no idea what to do with this. So basically they sold her everything without educating her, which is, in my opinion, kind of messed up. So she is getting some treated fuel in there. And we will be good to go. So let's try this one more time. Let the fuel flow a little bit. And then we will go about the basic operation, even though this machine doesn't really have it. Prime and fire. See what I did? I shut the choke off and I put it back. Now, if you want to operate the machine, once you get it running, see how the engine was running and it didn't move? There was no power propel. That's because, like I said before, these paddles, these rubber paddles, engage the ground and propel the machine forward as it sucks up snow into the driveway. So, like I said before, this last storm was heavy, wet, and slushy snow. Really not the greatest machine to use it in. It would have been great for her to use this machine, or anybody use this machine, before the snow gets wet, because that means you might have to do a little bit more work. That is when a two-stage comes into play. Or we get a lot of snow, even though it's fluffy, use the two-stage, and when you're done, if she wants to be a perfectionist, you take this out and you use this to get down closer to the ground. Remember, snowblower removes the snow. It doesn't get down to the pavement. It's a good way to damage your machine and or your driveway. So, let's check out the power propel system. Okay, so pay attention. Pay attention to the paddles, okay, and then pay attention here. This is how you throw snow, and this is how the machine will pull forward. And now we're going to use the pull start method. Right? Remember, choke lever facing you. We ran it for a little bit, but it still should be fine. Prime for a good time. Key is in, and let's give it a rip. All right, move the choke up just a little bit. up. That is your self-propelled mechanism. Now, I'm still going to stick to the same basis that before you blow snow, I would maybe try and coat the inside with oil. I'm just a terrible creature of habit. And even though I think the rubber paddles will do just fine, I mean, that's just me personally. So we'll call this video a wrap as far as this, and then we'll dive deeper into originally how the snowblower ended up in the driveway. Alright guys, if you guys found this video helpful, entertaining, informative, or none of the above, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Guess what? I'll see you guys on the next episode of Pat Day's Performance. And don't forget, the missus and I, we go live every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Alright guys, later.